Hi, Sherri. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you, Cindy?
I'm good. I want to thank you so much for joining me when we had a thing happen where Wendy and Harry couldn't be here because little Sally's been sick, and you came to the rescue. And thank you so much.
Well, glad we
And
got to get together.
yes, I am too, very much. It was nice to meet you in Columbus at the
You
meetup.
too.
That was great. But I want to say before we get started, I'll probably reiterate myself later on. Sana cannot be here tonight. She has a little delay with the doctors. And if she is available and can pop in at some point, that will be great. But I am not sure at this moment if she will be. So there's that. That's why you just see me with Sherri.
And just me. And we'll send up lots of prayers for Sana and the baby.
Yes. So Sherri, typically we wait for a few more people to get on board here. You're
Yep.
talking. There's Debbie. Hi, Debbie. And Nan Nancy. That's off of your channel.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Nan.
And this is Lynn. Have you ever met Lynn?
Uh, were you at was she at the Columbus Hilliard meetup?
She was not. I met
Okay, then
her
I
at
haven't.
an in meetup last year or the year before. Really sweet, sweet. Charlie, you met him. He was
Yep,
there.
met Charlie.
And yep, so far that's what we've got. And it's usually a little slow moving. Here's James. Hello, James.
James
And
and his wife sat at our table at the meetup.
yes, and
Yeah.
yes, I will be there next Saturday. Me and my husband. The other two could not make it with us, but Brian and I will be there.
Yeah, I didn't get to sign up for that one. I too much going on in life right now. So catch the next one,
There's
hopefully.
this is Donna,
Hi, Donna.
and this is my sister Deb.
Hi, Deb.
You're welcome, James. So, Sherri, I like where I was talking, telling you backstage when you sent me your pictures for the thumbnail. I was blown away. The difference
Like,
is so incredible.
and it's so funny you don't even notice the difference yourself until you see an old picture like that.
Right, right. That's
Yeah.
like on my Facebook support page. I have that awful before picture and then a more updated picture, and it's so drastic. It's almost scary. I need I need to I need to change it. But
Yeah.
here's Lisa saying hi, and
Hi,
Debbie
everybody.
saying hi to everybody. So Sherri, how long have you been on this way of eating, on a health journey, and just tell us your story, and then we'll
All
get
right.
back into the
Well,
chat after.
I started May of 22. My sister-in-law and my coworker were on keto and rocking it, doing great. And so I had tried keto several years ago and I thought, well, I'm going to give it a try. So I jumped in the way I knew back then was net carbs. So I did that and did that for a couple of months and I lost weight, did pretty good. Then I decided to check out keto on YouTube. And that led me to Dr. Barry, Two
Of
Crazy
course.
Ketos, Ready Set Keto, Carnivore Quest, and everybody was talking about the triple B and E challenge. And so I don't remember what channel was doing it. I think I did it maybe in August of that year and did great and intended to continue on. And then life happened and my husband ended up with his long illness and in the hospital nursing home 8 months straight. And so that kind of went the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. But at least I had at that point learned to at least stay keto most of the time. I did fall off the wagon here or there, but not a lot, and was able to get back on. And I'm down, I think this morning I weighed in, I was down total 56 pounds, I think. My
That's
highest that
awesome.
I have recorded and I'm sure I probably even weighed more and didn't know it, was 273 pounds. And I'm only 5'1", so that's a lot of weight on a little short person. So, um, but this
56
keto
pounds
journey,
is
yeah,
awesome.
that's good. I mean,
That's
I've got
awesome.
at least that much more I would like to lose, but just being able to maintain it for these couple of
Mhm,
years, with the exception of a few pounds here or there, that's been incredible because I've never done that before. Last time I lost a lot of weight, I was in my early 20s and took prescription diet pills and ate like a bird. I mean, I'd starved myself, lost 70 pounds, but that wasn't sustainable. But I've been overweight all my life since I was a kid, really.
mhm.
Um, so
You
this has
mentioned
been
your
the
husband,
only time. Yeah, my
right? You
husband,
mentioned your husband. How is he doing now?
he's doing okay. He's home. We've had a battle. He's been home a year now from the nursing home,
Yeah.
and he's had his times back in the hospital and rehab and back home again. And so we're just trying to keep him healthy and well. And he eats a low carb diet, and he is a type 2 diabetic, and he
Mhm.
has lost, we like to say, about half of that weight was from being sick, but the other half of what he lost is just from eating low carb, and he's lost about 170 pounds. So he
Awesome.
has
Wow.
done awesome
Sorry
on that.
about the sickness part,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
getting on to eating the right way,
yeah,
that's awesome. Brenda say
yeah.
good evening and huzzah to your story.
Oh,
And Brenda,
thank you,
I'm going
Brenda.
to thank you real quick. I have to thank Brenda Foley. She just became a member of my channel a couple days ago. I was able to open up memberships and
Yeah,
all that stuff.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I thought you were a
And
rock star already.
no, not close.
Oh,
Donna.
I was talking last time when I was just chatting with a couple people when I was practicing with the live, and we were talking
Mhm,
about, I said the meetup is a good thing. If you haven't been to one, you got to go to one, because I had
mhm.
watched all of these YouTube channels for at least a year, year and a half, and you feel like they're stars. They're almost like a movie star because I watch YouTube on my TV, and
Oh,
so
I do as well. I sit there and watch,
yeah,
and I have my phone in hand to comment,
yeah, that's
and
me
I'm
too.
like, just like whatever. When I met Joe
Yeah.
and Rachel,
Oh, that's
that
awesome.
was huge. That was in
Yeah,
2022 at KPL,
that would be
and
fun. Yeah,
it was just incredible.
yeah.
Lisa just subbed to your channel,
Oh, thank you, Lisa.
as did Lynn.
Thank you, Lynn.
Brenda says amazing about your husband,
Thank you. Yeah, he has not had to
and
use
Donna's
insulin.
mocking me here.
No, Cindy.
No,
Yeah, Jim has only had to use insulin a few times in the last few months, and so he's really controlling it well. He still eats like the carb smart breads, but he's doing much better than he was, and he's controlling it. He's not having to take insulin, so just trying to keep him healthy, and I think that helps. And he likes
right.
to eat creamies with me. So we had burger. No, we had McDonald's quarter pounders for dinner without the buns, and
Mhm.
we shared a lemon creamy. And so he
Oh,
eats pretty much what I do. He does eat more vegetables. He likes them more, and salads and things, and I'll eat them occasionally. But um,
right.
he does pretty good with all that.
I when we have a creamy, it's our meal. I don't have anything else with it. We'll sit there with the whole pint, each of us, like we had last night.
I could do that,
That was our dinner.
but he always wants something else. My lighting's terrible. Sorry, guys. I'm
Hey, you're
I need
fine.
I need one of those big bright lights you put over there, but I have little desk lamps sitting here.
Yeah,
But
all I have is the light above.
yeah,
I even have my
this room
blinds
doesn't even
closed on the
have
window.
one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, your room looks lit up pretty good.
It's because it's all white. It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
this. I tell everybody this over here, this mess, that's my husband's craft table in the house. And then he has the stuff in the garage. And I just posted a second video on his this wood thing he's working on. It's like almost looks like a section of fence that has
Oh,
been primed and stenciled, and now he's painting it. And just for the heck of it, I put up a real short video on him starting it, and people wanted to see the progression as he goes. So I
oh yeah, I'll
just did
have
put
to
up
check
a
that
second
out.
one. It's cute. He had done it
Yeah.
once before, and it had gotten so weathered. You know, he had to sand it all down and start all over, re-prime it, re-stencil it, everything. But anyway, that's
You
it.
both seem
Yeah,
pretty crafty.
he is more so than I am.
You, you make jewelry though, don't you? I've seen some
Yes,
of your jewelry. Yeah,
some of it.
that's nice.
Lynn says all of you YouTubers are stars. I could never do it.
Oh, Lynn, I know you just joined my channel. Go back and watch my very first one. Send it. You probably did. I mean, I think it's like 36 seconds long. That's
I
about
have
it.
seen I have seen yours. This is Karen from Low Carb Spin. If
Hi,
you
Karen.
go,
Yep, I watched when they were on your live.
well, they just put up a video this morning on a new kind of bread, and I've already
Oh,
made it. I've already made
oh
it. That's
yeah.
all I'm going to say. Dustin, hello. Happy
Hi,
Friday. Just
Dustin.
leaving the grocery. Wanted to say hi. Nancy's three. Debbie's replying to Nancy. Agree with Lynn. Couldn't do it. Come on, Brenda. Lynn is going to
Lynn
give
is
us a
pretty.
complex. Who's
Well,
watched
for
my first video? Dustin says, I probably
uh,
have.
oh, I need to do that, Dustin, because I probably haven't. I'll
When
have
I
to
when
do
I
that.
start watching somebody, I try to go back to the beginning
Yeah.
and watch them for a while. At least try to get them all in.
Well, I say if
James
I can
says,
do it, anybody can do it because I'm the shyest, most backward person there is. But there's just something about it. And keto helps with that. Keto helps with being able to talk a little bit better and just make connections.
well, I
If
think
you've dealt with
meeting
anxiety.
right, meeting the people in the community is
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
really does it.
Oh, yeah.
Um, it's yeah, Dustin. I guess that's your link to your first video.
Hard to watch.
I can't click on it. Yvonne's here. She's saying hi. I met her at
Huh?
Hack Your Health, just like we met Karen and her sister Therese at Hack Your Health, and they're fantastic. All of them. It was such a great time. Yep, that's his first video. He said it's hard to watch. Well,
Hard to watch as in it's funny or scary. Which way?
I don't know. We'll have to check it out after this is done.
I know.
Just got home and need some distraction to make it till bedtime while fasting. Watching food cooking videos does no, that doesn't help when you're fasting.
No, not at all. Mm.
Just now you make me want to go back and watch everyone's first videos. Yeah. Brenda said
It's
me
probably a
too.
good idea. I need to do that too.
My very first three, very short seconds of videos, I was just trying it out, was the sunsets here. That's it.
Oh
And then a
yeah.
very short one, a little about me that it was okay. It was all right. I
I
got a lot
used
of
to
views on that one.
I used to think my husband was crazy because he liked to watch YouTube videos. But he used to watch there's the Smile More channel and different
Mm.
people on there. He would watch them and I watch them sometimes, but I thought, why would you want to watch YouTube videos? And then here we are. When he
Does
was
he
in the
watch yours?
hospital, yeah, yeah, he watches mine too. I
Very
thought he was
good.
going to turn this on the TV in there, but I hear something else on the TV, so we must not be too exciting. But he said hi, by
Wow.
the way. He's out in the other room. But
Tell him I said
but
hello.
I will. And when he was gone those 8 months, I'd come home from visiting him, and I'd get right on YouTube and watch all my favorites, and it helped get me through and helped me to stay keto through a lot of stress. So
Yes. Well, I've been trying to get you on since I met you in March, and I know you had a lot going on with your husband and
yeah,
that. So this Those of you that just came in, Sana cannot be here. She was held up with the doctors. Wendy and Harry was scheduled for today, but if you all watch them, you know Sally's been sick and they're devoting all of their time to her. And thankfully, I did see that she's getting better. That's fantastic. I watch for challenge videos when I'm fasting. I won't be able to eat watching people eat like 9 pounds of food. Oh, it depends. Lisa PW65, hello. Thanks for joining us. That's from your channel, Sherri. Okay, I'm not confident enough to make a YouTube channel. Oh, Lisa, you could do it.
That's what we're
I was looking
saying. If
for.
we can do it, anybody can.
That's right. Oh my goodness. I don't know about you, Sherri, but I tossed this idea around for months. I mean, months. Talked to Debbie, talked to my sister. I mean, my my husband, my sister Debbie, my husband, and for months before I started it. And it was like,
I'm trying to remember. I think it was one of the channels I was watching, and they were saying just do it to keep track of your own weight loss journey. So then I thought, oh, that won't be too bad. I said, if anybody watches it, it'll be just my family. I might have 5 people watch my videos. And then when I had my results of my 1 month of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, that video, I still to this day don't know how it got 20,000 views. And it's the only one that's ever got that
wow.
many. But I think because it hit right at the time when that was being searched all over YouTube. And so that video made it, and so then that kept me motivated. But it's hard, and I don't always have time to make a lot of videos. And I
Mhm.
like to make videos and show recipes, even though I'm not a cook. But Cindy helps me with that because she shows me how to make good stuff. I'm just,
I
I
didn't do
said,
it. I swear I
yeah.
didn't do it.
And if for those of you that don't know, Jim, he was always the cook. My husband always cooked, and I mean, I had many years where I was blessed, and I went to work. He stayed home because he's been disabled for a long time, and but he stayed home. And most nights I come home, have dinner ready. When I got home from work, it was wonderful. But then when he got sick, and I had to take over, and you know, they probably would rather have his cooking, but they eat it.
Right.
They eat it. Yeah.
Jerry is saying hi. Hi, Jerry. This is
Hi, Jerry.
Debbie's savings. This is her husband.
Oh, hi, Jerry.
Sherri, when you want to come on with me on a Saturday, let me know, Dustin said.
All right.
Really enjoy watching your videos. Thank you, Donna. I have fun with them. I don't always get in front of the camera, but I have fun with it. Sherri will you be at
No,
KPL?
I won't. Maybe next year. I really do want to go sometime.
Hopefully
Just,
they're still going to have it because,
yeah.
yeah,
If not, maybe
she's
somebody will
always up
start a
in the
different one.
air.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's a lot of
Autumn's
work
always
on
like,
her.
I don't know.
It's a lot of
But
stress, a lot of work.
yes. So
Yeah, I was hoping
you've
to go
been
to
keto
James.
since
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
2022. You've been keto
Yep.
since 2022. Did you ever think of, I know you've said you did beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Did you ever do carnivore at all or
Just,
go
just,
that eh,
yeah,
other than the beef,
just
butter,
that
bacon,
one.
and eggs? That's carnivore. That's
Yeah,
about as
yeah, that's
carnivore as you can
carnivore.
get.
Every now and then, of course, I like to watch, Carnivore Quest, and you know, Dr. Barry talks so much about it too. And I think maybe it is a cleaner version, probably healthier, yeah, for most people, but maybe not sustainable for everybody all the time.
Exactly.
So that's
It's
how I
not.
feel. Yeah.
When I decided these few months to tighten things up some, I said I'm going to do my version of carnivore, which will keep my bread and keto chow. So it was carnivore plus keto chow. And Sana and I have said this many, many times. The camaraderie there is with some of the carnivores in the community make me insanely angry.
Yeah.
And it's like, because everybody is in this for better health or should be,
Right.
and
Yeah,
should
I
be
was just
happy for everyone else who is
yep.
succeeding that the way they found that is sustainable for them. And
Right.
to come at them, to come at people, and thankfully I haven't had any too many negative comments about my foods and saying carnivore with keto chow. Well, that's not, yeah, I haven't had any of that because I would really come back at them.
Yeah, I think
But
I did a video carnivore-ish when I was doing like a beef butter bacon egg, but I don't know what I was having extra, if it was keto chow or something, and only a couple
mhm,
comments, but I just tell them thanks for commenting and go about my way. But
yep,
yeah, when I started, I did the net carbs, and way back I did just the Atkins and all the Atkins products, which I lost a
mhm,
little weight, but I didn't stick to that.
no,
But yeah, what some guy at work today, where he was just saying he cut out sugar, and that's just where he's starting. I said that's a great start,
mhm.
just to eliminate the sugar. That's hard. So,
Yes, it is. Especially when you like your sweets like I do,
yes, I do.
and it's like, whoo, that's that's a big one for me because I'm really trying to ignore the chalk zero that's in the house. Haven't always succeeded, I will be honest, but I'm really trying hard.
Did it help you when you did
Yeah.
your own version of carnivore? Are you still doing that, or?
Still, I planned on doing that till the end of September. So from beginning of July to the end of September. I'm still trying to get off totally of diet soda. I have cut back so far. It's like, wow. I have a big old cup of water. Debbie, I have water, just so you know.
I got some too, and some salty.
Yeah, mine's just straight up water right now. So everybody's saying hi to everybody. I'm also carnivore with keto chow. That's it, Brenda. And you're right, Donna, because it's so, so aggravating. And Sean, hello. Thank you for coming by. And he was my first member to sign up.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Just started guava grapefruit creamy for part of my dinner. Interesting flavor. First time I've tried it.
hmm.
Is it even still available? I think that's an old flavor. I don't, I had some. I think that was some that I had put in bags to give away because it didn't sound appealing. Cutting the sugar was the hardest. That's right. Sean says, my wife and I stayed doing net carbs as well. Everyone thought that was acceptable 4 years ago. Started, not stayed, started.
Yeah,
I didn't know anything about net carbs until I started keto in 2020. And then you start hearing all this and that. And I will say the only thing I will take off of something is that there's allulose in it because it doesn't spike your glucose. And that's about it. You know,
yeah,
it's like, and when it, I say it all the time. If my husband can eat something and it doesn't spike his numbers, being a type 1 diabetic, I'm
yeah.
okay with that item. I don't care what it is. That's,
Mm-mm.
because if it works for him, it's all good.
Yeah. Then when I was doing net carbs, I hadn't learned yet the importance of eating the meat.
Mhm.
So I was watching my net carbs, but counting, make sure I got my breads and my little treats and all of that stuff, and meat was like a little tiny bit. Well, now that's all changed, and meat is the
Yes.
main source. I say the meat makes me healthy, and the keto chow keeps me sane. So
Right.
I need, so
Exactly.
I think we
I
women, we're used to chocolate on the old diet. And so we got to have some sort of something to to satisfy your sweet tooth,
Mhm.
keep you sane, keep your hormones
Yeah,
balanced.
you do. I mean, just when you have a sweet tooth, if you can't find something, you're not going to stick with it. If you can't find
Yeah,
something that's going to take care of that once in a while,
yeah,
it's not going to be sustainable. And,
right.
that's why finding what works for you is so important because not everybody is reacts the same way,
Mm-mm.
that everyone else does. And not everybody can do the same things that everyone else can do. And it's so, I don't know. I find it really difficult because I have such a huge sweet tooth. And I
I
I mean,
agree.
I will admit I got in trouble with this Chalk Zero. I just love this stuff. I love it. And it wouldn't be just grab one piece. It would be two, three, four, 5 pieces and go sit down and eat it.
Yeah,
So
that's the hard part when you're the
yeah.
addict to the sweet stuff. I have to watch with keto sweets as well. I'll do the same thing. When my husband was in the hospital, I stopped and got a little Russell Stover's bag of the sugar-free caramels, and I ate
Mm.
the whole bag. It tore up my stomach, but
Yeah,
I've
because all
done
the
that two or
junk
three
that's in
times
them.
because I didn't learn the lesson the first time. So,
So
but
I
yeah,
tell myself after the Chalk Zero is gone, and there's a lot in the house. The only keto sweets are is going to be what I make so that I know what's in them, whether it's using almond flour, coconut flour, whatever it is, or
yeah,
just keto chow, like their fudge is phenomenal, without a doubt. And I've got to stick to that because whew, it can be rough. So this is Arden. You haven't met him, have you?
I don't believe so. I've seen his
He
name on
has
your
come.
lives.
He's come for a couple Indiana meetups from
Okay.
Kansas.
Oh wow.
He lives in Kansas. Yes. Brenda said, "We all evolve. Just don't give up. You will find your personal journey." Of course, giving up is not even a thought.
No, not at
It's
this
like,
point. Yeah.
well, I have this thing: winners never quit, and quitters never win. And it's so true. It's
Very
like
true.
Susie said, "I'm carnivore plus keto chow too." Very good. See, there, that's
See,
it.
we're not alone.
That's right.
I can hear us out on our other TV, so Jim must have turned it on. Hi, Jim.
Yeah, Lynn said the guava
Um,
grapefruit was discontinued. It's been in my big stash. Your big stash. I want to see pictures, Lynn. I bet I've got you beat.
does she have a
Hi,
pantry like
Nan.
you?
Hello, Nan. And Evelyn, hello. I'm late, but I'm here. Hi, Evelyn. And everybody's just saying hi. So, Jim went through a bad spell. How was it for you to try to stay on track? But spending a lot of
Well,
time in the hospital, in
yeah.
the nursing home, in rehab, if he was in rehab, all the things.
I
How
always
was that
had,
for you?
it was very rough. I mean, you can get keto friendly foods at the hospital, but you get tired of their not so tasty hamburgers after a while. Um, but so I would try to eat before or try to, I had keto brick with me. I'd always have at least a half a bar in my purse. So if I didn't want to eat the hamburgers, I could at least eat that, and that could hold me over. So I got home and got my creamy and got to watch all of you guys. So that helped. But it was hard. But I just did the best I could, and somehow managed to make it through without putting on a lot of weight, which all my other diets over the past years, I would have, by this point, I would have weighed, gained it all back plus some probably. But Keto's the only thing that has worked for me. Once I figured out the right way to do keto with making meat your main food,
Mm,
and then adding a few extra keto things in there is okay, but you got to fuel on that meat, or it just doesn't work for me if I don't do it that way.
yeah. It's it's really sad seeing what hospitals serve and
Oh yeah,
hearing. I haven't seen it because I would really be very vocal with them if I was in there. They wouldn't
right.
like me.
Yeah. And when Jim was in the
Uh,
last time for rehab, I
mhm,
made sure he had Atkins shakes and bars to at least
mhm,
have that, because they could get him a cup of ice and he could have that, because they do send him terrible food. And he would try to communicate with, the kitchen staff would come to the room and ask him his food preferences, but believe me, they don't follow any of them. He did occasionally get them to give him lots of eggs for breakfast, or to bring him hamburger and hot dog, no bun, but that was just a handful of times out of weeks. So
right,
we tried to have backup things, or um, 1 or 2 nights a week, I would call him before I headed up there and say, "Do you want me to bring you something?" So, he's fine with grabbing a burger. He loves Burger King. Get a Burger King, take the bun off, and he would eat that. So I at least knew he had a few good meals. And then
right.
same thing for us. And then our son would go with us a lot of the time too. So we just kind of, that was our routine. We'd have stuff there for him as an alternative, and we would take stuff in occasionally, and but he was ready to get out of there. So
I don't doubt that a bit. When
yeah.
my husband when my husband had a procedure done, outpatient thing, you know how they want to bring you something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have these monk pack bars and they are made actually I think that's the company that is they were made by diabetic. So
Oh
they made them with really clean ingredients. I think it's monk
yeah.
pack. But anyway, I brought this bar with me to the hospital. And I said, "Don't bring him any of the garbage that you're going to give him to eat. I've got something for him with me." I said, "So don't bring those crackers or cookies or whatever the heck it is you're going to bring. He is a type 1 diabetic. He doesn't need sugar." you know, he's got something here. I'm good.
Yeah, I was
And I
proud of
just
Jim.
told
I
him
was,
because
yeah.
it
He
was crazy.
would speak up and say, "I can't eat that. Just take it out of my room." And then he would tell them, "Just hand me one of my Atkins shakes over there," because he knew that was gonna make him heal quicker than if he ate the food that they give him at the nursing home. So I was proud of him. Now, when he was a lot sicker, he had a time where he fought infection and was kind of out of his mind a little bit. And so, those times he just had to eat whatever. But, when he
Right.
came to and was himself, and he would just say, "I can't eat that. I'm a diabetic."
Yeah,
And
you
they
have
think, "Oh
to.
no, that's fine. It's only 75 carbs per meal," they would say.
They're
Diabetics can
crazy.
have that. That's what the hospital thinks.
I had read somewhere that it's okay for diabetics to have 200 carbs a day. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
what? What? No, it's not. So anyway, my sister says that telling me that would be good. No packaged treats once I get rid of the Talk Zero.
It's hard, isn't it?
Donna said that's a good saying. Thank you. Brenda, I can't with peanut butter if it's in the house. Pretty sure I'm allergic. Soybeans and all legumes makes me sick every time. I am sorry. I love me some peanut butter. I like a lot of stuff. Yes, I am, Lynn. I have way too much. I canceled my subscription. I had so much. Canceled it.
Oh,
But I am an affiliate to the
I
end.
know. I told Jim
I
we've been
love the
going through the
company.
keto chow. Oh, I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's
Um,
okay. Go ahead.
we've been going through quite a bit of keto chow this summer, because we have had a creamy almost every day. We split one, for our dinner, but it keeps me away from the Dairy Queen. So
That's
I'd rather
right.
buy the keto chow and stay well.
That's right. Hi, Stacy. I hope Ken is feeling better. She just posted Ken has COVID.
I saw
And
that. Yeah, feel better.
she wasn't feeling too good. So hopefully, prayers that you guys are okay. Hi, Stacy. Lisa says, "Been a great emotional day for me." I'm sorry, Lisa. Hope you're both feeling better. Sending prayers and hugs. Yes. I feel my blood sugar spiking just hearing that. I'm sorry. It does the good thing with Chalk Zero, sorry, it does not spike Brian's blood sugar because he can control it. He can go grab one piece and walk away, but it does not bother his blood sugar at all.
That's my
Some
husband. Well, not the blood sugar part, but he's
Mhm.
fine with one piece where I want the whole bag. So,
Yeah. There's live tomorrow night with Doctors Barry, Westman, and Hampton about how to reverse diabetes.
oh,
Sadly, my husband's can't be reversed. So there's that. But I'm sure that will be good. Um, yeah. So how long has Jim been diabetic?
um, as long as I've known him, and we've been married, it'll be 24 years in November. So it's quite a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he's less insulin and less insulin.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. He
good.
hardly ever has to take anything for it these days. So that's
That's
really good.
great.
Yeah.
That's great. It's a tough disease.
Yeah. And
And
that's what, and he would probably tell you too, that's what landed him in the hospital to begin with. It all started with a diabetic wound on his foot. And, he thought he could take care of himself and heal it. And then it just wasn't getting any better. And that was the start of all the big, long journey there. Lots of
yeah.
infection. And then
Oh
he
yeah.
ended up with UTIs and just the whole body just started fighting. And that's
Oh
what
yeah.
put him out of commission for quite a while.
I can imagine. My when Brian had fallen, he um he broke his right heel, his
Mm.
left ankle, and his left wrist. He fell quite a ways.
Wow.
And the surgeon that operated on his wrists and put plates and screws and all that garbage in there, he refused to do his foot,
Mm.
his right heel. They said that's the second worst break that you can have in your body is your heel. And he
Oh,
said,
wow.
if I repair it, being that Brian is a type 1 diabetic, chances are it would not heal and he could lose his foot.
Oh, my.
Thanks to a lot of prayers. It lined up so well, just being in a boot and staying off of it,
Oh,
that,
wow. Yeah, that's
it was
amazing.
like,
That's an answered prayer
it
for
was,
sure.
that was powerful.
Yeah.
The only sweet
I
thing
had a
my wife
friend
and I
that
eat is
just
keto
oh,
chow, either butter bites or creamy. Yes. I'm getting there,
Team
Sean. I'm
Creamy.
getting there. Sherry, is
Is
he
he
still
still diabetic?
diabetic or has the diet reversed him yet?
I would say I think his A1C the last time was maybe around six something, so much better. Still classified diabetic, but much better. Mine is like 1 point, or like a half a point from being pre. Well, no, over the pre-diabetic. So I was classified pre-diabetic, and it's kind of stayed there for 2 years. So I'm okay with that. But I don't take any medication. I used to take metformin because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which gives you basically the same things that diabetics have. You have the same kind of insulin resistance and all of that. And I took that for years. I haven't had to take that. I am off of my heart medication. I used to have tachycardia and had to take atenolol for that for many years. And I am no more on that. When I went to the doctor for my yearly, he asked, what medication? And I said, well, I'm down to taking a fourth of my pill of my atenolol. And I've been taking that, I said, for about 3 months because I wanted to wean off of it slowly since it had to do with my heart. And he said, if you've only been taking a fourth of a pill, you might as well stop taking it. He said that fourth of the pill isn't doing anything. And so I've been off of that, and my heart rate has been fine. I have the watch that can help me monitor it, and it does great. I can go out and take a walk and not have my heart racing. Um, that's probably one of my biggest benefits of keto right there. And then
That's
the
awesome.
bursitis pain in my hips. I used to have to get cortisone shots probably a couple times a year in each hip, and I haven't had that for probably 3 years now done. And arthritis, I barely have a little bit in one of my knees now and then, and it's almost all gone. So
That's
so many health
great.
benefits. Yeah, just
That,
so I'm okay. I really am okay if I
mhm.
don't lose more weight right now. As long as I can just stay as healthy as I am. I want to lose more weight, and I'm sure I will one day,
You
but
can do
I'm
it.
okay.
If
Yeah,
if I can do it, you can
there
do
you
it.
go. Yeah,
Oh, it's a battle. It's truly a
yeah,
battle. But,
yeah.
you know, determination is everything.
Right.
And being in the right mindset and a lot less stress now that Jim's home. That
Yeah.
will help too.
Yeah, and that's been it.
Brenda's right.
Stress goes up a lot, and
Mhm,
it's never quite gone down, but it goes cycles of stress that it's just the way it is when you have someone with long-term health conditions.
mhm,
You have a few weeks or months of everything going fine, and then we're back at the hospital again. And so that's just the way it's been. But right now he's doing great, so hopefully he's on the mend, and just gonna keep him out of there now. Maybe I'll tape him
right.
to his chair so he can't go.
Stacy said
Oh,
Ken went to urgent care, couldn't get the treatment as it would interfere with another med he takes. I tested negative this morning and they made pickles this afternoon. Well, hopefully he just because of the way you guys eat, Stacy, hopefully he'll just whiz right through this and you'll never get it. Fingers crossed, prayers coming your way because
yeah,
that's awful. It's not as bad as it was when it first started. That's for sure.
right.
My sister had gotten it in March of 21. It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, my
So,
husband had a friend from school that lost her dad and her brother just within a couple of weeks of each other, and it was from COVID. So it was so bad back then.
yeah,
But I think it's mutated and evolved, or we're more used to it now. I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you, but I'm glad that
exactly.
now it's just like a flu. So
Well, it's different strains too. It,
yeah,
they know how to treat it now, and they didn't know
yeah,
anything then. And
right.
it's uh, it's crazy. I know my son's father passed away of COVID in 2020 in December. He had just retired, like a few
Oh,
months before that. But he was sick anyway, from what I understand, prior to that. But yeah,
that's sad.
it was definitely sad for my sons.
Yeah.
It was. But they're good. They're good. They've got kids, and one of them has a grandchild on the way to worry about. So there's
Oh,
that. They're making
yeah, I
it.
saw the pictures, the ultrasound pictures.
Yes, I'm so excited. So she
Oh,
keeps sending
yeah.
me baby bump pictures. And I'm like, oh, she's about as skinny
Oh,
as a rail, and she's got this little bitty bump. She's about 18 weeks now.
oh.
She got
Well,
this
I
little
tell
bump
Shane
going on.
we can wait a few more years before we have grandkids. Now we're already grandparent age. I mean, I'm 55, and or I will be. Well, Monday I'll be 55, and my husband's 9 years older, so we are grandparent age. But we just ended up later in life parents, and so
Mhm.
but we tell him that's okay. Wait a few more years. He's
That's
not
right.
ready yet.
Wait as long
We're
as
not
you
ready.
want to wait.
That's right.
And happy birthday on Monday
Thank you. Thank you.
Debbie said, I do believe I wouldn't have gotten over COVID without having had improved my health with keto before I caught it. I believe that. I believe it.
Yeah.
And she was bad. She was in the hospital for 6 days, not on a ventilator, but on oxygen. And
Yeah.
with aggressive treatment. Happy
Thank you,
early
Charlie.
birthday, Sherry. Yes. Yes. I just turned in May, I just turned 66. My oldest son is 43. He's the one that's going to be a grandpa. My
Oh,
younger son will just turn 42 in June. And my grandchildren range from 23 to 15. There's
and then
6
you're
of
gonna
them.
get a little one soon.
A great
Start all over.
grandchild, great grandson. I told my granddaughter when she called, she said, Grandma, I don't want you to be mad. And she's 22. She said, I don't want you to
Oh,
be mad. She's been with her boyfriend for 5 years, you know. I said, what? She says, and she him hauled around about it for a long time. She says, I'm pregnant. I said, girl. She said, you're mad at me. I said, no, I'm not. I'm so stinking proud of you. It's ridiculous. And she told me, she said, your opinion mattered the most to me of anybody I could ever tell, except the
oh.
father, of course. Yeah.
Well, you mean a lot to her then.
Oh, yeah. She's a good girl. I had a friend that passed last August. I am so sorry. Caught COVID December 21, turned into respiratory disease and deteriorated his lungs to almost nothing before he passed. That is
Oh,
sad. That's really sad.
yeah.
Lisa is also turning 55 this year.
Joining the double nickels with me. Hey, I got to eat off of the 55 plus menu at IHOP. I'm not 55 yet, but close enough. And I'll take
I,
that.
I was excited for that. Are you kidding? When I turned 55, I was like, yes, there are benefits
Discount.
to getting older.
Yeah,
And now, bowling in senior leagues, getting to go bowl for $2 a game practice because I'm over 50.
that's good.
All right.
Bowling's probably expensive now, isn't it? I haven't
It,
bowled for a
it
long time.
is. In Richmond, at the bowling alley. And Debbie, you're so full of you know what.
You can join us, Deb. We won't say nothing.
You are so welcome, Ken. I hope the best for you. I hope you're feeling better soon. You're catching up, Brenda. Happy birthday
Happy
tomorrow.
birthday. We're not too crazy ketos. We're not going to sing to you.
No, I don't sing. Anybody in here? What Chris Cooking Nashville? Where are you? I'll bring you on so you all can sing.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, that was that was incredible.
that was
She,
really good.
my sister, has got 2 daughters, 8. Debbie, you got to help me out here. 8 grandchildren, and I think the fourth great grandchild on the way.
Wow.
I believe that I got it right. I believe. I believe so.
Makes her holidays pretty busy.
There's no way she's turning 55. That's all I'm going to say. She's got issues. I was correct. See, I'm correct that she has issues. See how that popped up?
Well, I would fit in good with you.
That's awesome, Brenda. I am glad they did. They sang for her. Yeah, I don't sing, and you'd be thanking me for not doing so. 'Cause can Jim sing?
I
We'll
used
bring
to
him in so he can sing.
I used to only sing in a choir at church where nobody could hear me. That was my singing experience.
Oh, I no, didn't even do that. Nope.
Oh,
And school as a group, a class, when we had to sing, you know, no.
If Jim
That's the
sang,
only
he would
time.
probably sing Elvis. He's an Elvis fan.
Oh, my oldest sister is too, big time. She swore he wasn't dead for years after he died. Lisa is saying happy birthday, Sherry, Deb, and Brenda. Debbie's
Thank
birthday's
you,
not till
Lisa.
February. She's trying to pull a fast one. Yvonne's saying happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh man. But yeah, it's this 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 keto thing, there's something to it.
Well, we all feel younger, even if we're
Yes.
not.
We all look younger.
Some days.
James said no one wants to hear me sing with tears. I get way too emotional. Singing
Oh,
happy birthday, James, at what's emotional? Debbie's
oh,
laughing. And Sean says happy birthday. Sherry and Brenda.
thank you.
So yes. Yes. So any big plans for your birthday?
No, just be going to work, be another work day. That's
Hmm.
okay.
I am
You get older,
so
they're not as
glad.
much fun to celebrate. I might pick myself up a steak from Texas Roadhouse. That might be my.
That would be the
I won't have
best
to cook.
birthday gift.
Yeah, get a big ribeye. That sounds
Yeah.
good.
I can't, you know, I hear so many people that say they can't celebrate birthdays without cake, or they can't celebrate holidays without going off track. I have done that for 4 years
I can't say I
without
haven't yet.
without.
You've done great.
It's like I have things on occasion, but it's not in celebration of anything. It's like if I choose to do something, like if I want some onion rings, I'm gonna eat a few. If I'm out and they have them and they're good, I'm gonna have a few. It's not gonna destroy
I've
the
heard.
whole day for me, right?
Right.
And it's like I can't. I have too much going on with the hypoglycemic episodes if I have too many carbs and not enough protein. So there's a lot of reasons for that for me, and there's definitely reasons for that for Brian. So
Yeah.
it's easier for us to stay on track than it is. Now Debbie and I were bad one day. We were really bad. We were really bad.
Your 55-year-old Deb?
Yep, yeah, that's the one. Keto birthday cakes for all of you. There you go.
All
And
right.
Lynn's gonna bake them. I'm
Woo.
51 and feel better than I did in my 30s. Exactly, Yvonne. I am 66 and I feel better than I did in my 30s. I have made keto cheesecake that's crustless and it tastes just like New York cheesecake. It is amazing.
Sounds
Special
good.
steak with candles for my birthday. Now,
That works.
Charlie did try keto chow at this eating meetup, and he said it was good. See?
Ah, what kind
Uh-huh.
did you have, Charlie?
They had quite a few different flavors there. I think he tried several.
Did I hear you made creamies while you were there too? Did somebody make them into creamies or did you just have the shakes?
Evelyn and Andy, they had the creamy machine there, and they had
Awesome.
ice creams already prepared, and they were running them. Yep.
Very good.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. It was good.
Yeah, your
Andy,
videos from that were great.
thank you. Hearing people's stories,
Mm-hmm.
if you and it's why I like doing these live streams because I get to hear other people's stories as well. But when you're sitting there with people that you've gotten to meet and you've been with several times and then you hear and then I looked at Andy, I said, "Can we have everybody just tell their stories?" Because I've never been to a meetup where they've done that. you know? And that way you get to know a little more about them.
Yeah.
And then prior to it, them starting telling, I said, "Is it okay if we record your stories?" And Dustin was recording also. I said, "I have a channel and Dustin has a channel, and not the guaranteed they're going to go up as long as it's okay with all of you." And everybody said, "Yes, no problem." So, and it was way too much to try to get it into one video.
Yeah.
So I thought,
It
all
worked out
right,
great.
I think so. I think so too. It was great. And no, Lisa, your story was not lame.
Oh,
Oh my word. Sean says,
no,
"My
you
wife and I
looked
are
great, Lisa.
53. They're 53 and feel better than we were in our 30s." And Sean, are you guys coming to KPL? I think I saw that in Dustin's chat, maybe. Ivana. Awesome. Yes. And Charlie tried mint chip
Ooh.
and caramel kitty scoops. And mint chip and caramel, they were real little scoops that they were doing. She said her story was lame. No.
No, yeah, it was great. I shared
Thank
all
you
your
so much,
stories on
Sean.
my Facebook page because I would still have so many even family members that I think they honestly don't believe me when I tell them that I feel better in my 50s than I did in my 30s. I think they think
Mhm.
I'm making that up, but I just figure, well, maybe they'll watch your videos and catch your stories and believe me that it's true. You know, they,
You know, like I was going to say, when you hear everybody's stories and you're sitting right there, it's so emotional because, I mean, Evelyn had me in tears. I'm sitting there holding this camera and I'm she's funny and then she gets emotional and she's funny and she gets emotional and I'm like my emotions are all over the place and I can cry at the drop of a hat anyway. So it's like, oh my word. But it was
the
so
talking
great.
scale,
Yes,
that
that was his.
was so funny.
I know she's probably still in here. She's quiet.
Oh,
And thank you, Sean. It was great. It was great being there to hear those stories. They definitely were fantastic. James said I rambled and my mom saw it too. You didn't ramble. You were fine. Yay, Sean. I will meet you there. See, Lisa and James. Sean loved your stories. See there? My mom thought Evelyn was funny too. Evelyn is awesome. She is. She's a great person. And Debbie said all those stories were awesome. Yeah. It was great, you know. And Jennifer Lucas said to me, um, she had commented on my support keto page, Facebook page. She said, "You should do shorts out of some of those and break them down into so many shorts because there were so many great things said." And I'm like, since I got everybody's okay to record and post, it should be okay.
hmm.
So I tried it out as I had never done a short from a longer video before until I put Brian's up. I put one of his. I thought if he wants to get mad at me, he can get mad at me. He'll get over it. But yeah, it was so. Yeah. So those of you in the chat that told your stories, would you have a problem if I put little shorts up of portions of your stories? That's how I'll do that. So I said, I loved hearing everyone's stories. A great way to learn a little more about everyone's health journey. Exactly. Exactly. Someone's laptop is
Helps you get
overheating
to
because I
know
can
each
hear
other.
the fan whirring. I'm not on a laptop.
Oh, oh, it's probably mine then. It's
Everyone
an
needs
old
to
one.
bring a goodie bag of her yummy treats. Evelyn needs to bring a goodie bag of her yummy treats for next week. Oh, see, now that's gonna get me in trouble. I would have. Thank you, Lisa. So yeah, I did it. I did Brian's as a trial to see how it would go. And then in that video or in that short, in the description, I listed our whole story because or that part of it. So or actually no, I listed the live stream that he came on with me that told his whole story.
That was awesome.
Mhm. It was. I am so I was so thankful that he finally agreed because Lynn, for one, had been waiting. Johnson, I'm really shy in real life. I get a little bit of courage in YouTube chats. I'm writing my story right now. I'm hoping to share it with everyone soon. That would be awesome, Sean, because I'd like
Yeah.
to get you on here, but I get it. I get it.
I'm shy too, really shy. So, but
We'll be
Cindy's a
coming
great
into,
host.
well, thank you, Sherry. We'll be coming into late Friday night. What, for KPL, James? I'm shy too, Lisa says. Lisa's great. Boba Bear Art. Hi. Hi. Again. I can't wait to hear it either, Sean. James, next late Friday night. Your thing. Oh, you're getting into town Friday. I will be there Saturday. Thank you, Cindy. I needed to hear that. You are. You're awesome. Everybody's
I
awesome.
only
This,
live about a half hour away from where you're going to be, but I probably can't make it. So I'm not
well,
too far, about 30 miles east
I
or
know he
30
still
minutes
has.
east.
I know he still has spots left because
Yeah.
I think he capped it at 25. Correct me if I'm wrong, James. The last I heard, you had 20 people and you capped it at 25. I originally said that possibly two more were coming with us, but they are not. So, yes, everyone is awesome. And yes, I was right. See, God, that's twice tonight I've been right. Look at that. Look,
Let me write that down.
I know you got to keep track. All right, I'm going to put your channel up here again. Oops. He wanted small. Well, yeah, you might have to pay for mine. Sorry, running out of steam up since 2:30. Oh my goodness. I hope everything it's a good day tomorrow and you have a good night and thank you for coming by, Brenda. I really appreciate it. Gosh, you're so good, Cindy. Yeah, because no, I got lucky. Now for those on your channel, Sherry, I'm gonna put my link up here.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what I do. Yeah,
I think
no,
I successfully shared your channel when I did the buns out of your bread recipe the last time.
you did. And there's mine. And Sean just subscribed to you, Sherry.
Thank
Low
you,
Carb
everybody.
Spin just subscribed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sherry is such a great person. It was such a pleasure to meet you in Columbus at the
Me
meetup that
too.
Dawn held.
That was
And
my first and only one I've ever been to. So hopefully many more in the future.
yes, they're so much fun. I mean, you've
Yeah.
seen it firsthand. You've seen it.
Yeah.
It's too bad Jim couldn't have been there. And your
Yeah.
son came with you, right?
Yeah, he
It was
did.
your son.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was definitely. Be binge watching your channel, Sherry, Lisa says.
Well, start with the first one so you can have a really good laugh. And you'll find I am like I can't edit videos to save my life. So what you see is what you get because if I stumble all over my words, it's all in there. And you'll
Sherry,
probably
I'm
say
a
I have a different pair of glasses every time because I love these pair I wear. So I always have different color glasses, different hair, different color hair some days. But
That's all good.
that's
You
me.
are you are you. That's
I am
right.
unique.
I I'm gonna tell you, and I've told Karen and Treese, excuse me, from Low Carb Spin, they're worried about editing. I said, I do very little of it, only when I have to. Dang. And like when Brian's tasting something, it takes him forever to chew one bite. I'm like, fast forward, or I'll stop it and then I'll go back. But people like to see, I personally, I'll speak for just me. I like to see that people are human and
Yeah.
humans make mistakes. I
Yep.
don't want to see perfection because it's not real, you
Yeah.
know? And I don't do that. It's like, there's going to be one day I was saying something. I said, nope, that's a lie because I said it all wrong. I didn't take it out. I left it in there. I didn't care.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you gotta. It's just so the video that they just came that Karen and Treese put out today, it was great. It was,
I'll
and
check it out for
they
sure.
made a brown bread. Now, Sherry, you're into a bread experimentation. If you used
Mm-hmm.
my recipe, do you like rye? Do you like rye
I
bread?
don't, but Jim does. So I'm going to have to try it sometime for him.
He will thank you over and over for that because it is fantastic. Hands down. Tastes like just like rye bread you get from the store. It is amazing.
I can never get my
Donna,
bread
thank
loaves
you.
to look as nice as yours. They're always lopsided. And so I just started making all buns because it just seems easier.
Donna, thank you for coming by. If you're the one leaving, or unless you're saying goodnight to somebody else,
Good
there's that.
night.
I got Cindy. I love watching Brian eat the cinnamon rolls. That's one of them that I stopped and restarted because he would shove the whole thing in his mouth because he couldn't get it to bite because it was the cinnamon egg life wraps. And he was having a hard time. He shoved the whole thing in his mouth, and I'm like, stop. And when he was done, record because it was just too funny. I have fast forwarded through him chewing, and I'm like, he's
I always
funny.
like the fast forward in Anita, ketogenic woman, where she'll do the little fast forwards and you'll hear her, sounds
At
like a
the
little mouse
end,
voice. It's so cute,
eh,
but I
yeah,
wouldn't
she
know how to
throws
do
in
that.
her blips at the end. Well, when
Yeah.
you're editing, like I use iMovie, if you edit out a section, you can always move that section to the very end. And then you can fast forward through it and leave the voice in there and it brings out that voice. That just
Okay.
like that. That's how you do that. I haven't done that yet, but I think it's hysterical and that's Anita's thing. And it's like,
You'll have
wouldn't
to
she
do
be
it with
mad if I
Brian.
did? Oh no, I fast forward through his eating, his chewing
Oh,
sometimes. Or like I said, I'll stop it. But it was so funny. They look so good. I need the amount of ingredients you used to make the rolls. Lisa, that was a recipe by Southern Keto. His name is Victor. And I did put the link to that video in the description of my food prep video. Yes, I want to commission Cindy and Deb to use their bread photos for our thumbnails. Now, see, Karen and Therese, they use raw egg whites and raw egg yolks in their recipes for the rye bread, for the new one that just came out. I made their new one today. I made it this afternoon. And I've made the rye bread using all powders instead of the liquid egg whites. And it rises more because liquid egg, everything you make with liquid eggs, it's going to sink. It's going to deflate some. And I have never had any luck with that. So, and I've made their recipe exactly the way they did for the rye bread. And then I decided I wanted to try all powders. And it was still just as amazing tasting. It was fantastic. They put the legwork in. All I did was change a few ingredients. And- but
Well, I
man,
admire all of you great cooks.
that they are these two go through. Ta- I mean, how many times, Karen, did it take you to get this one that you put up today? I know it was many, many tries before they got it just right. Many. Yvonne says, I can't make too much bread. I'm tempted to eat a loaf in a day. I wonder if there's a way to chaffle the bread recipes. I don't know. I have not tried that.
But with the
So we,
bread like Cindy makes, it's so full of protein that it makes you pretty full when you eat it, I think. Like
well,
if I
all
eat
egg
just
white
one
bread
bun,
is.
yeah, it's just all so full of protein that I don't think you could overeat it very easily.
Yes, it's just it. But all egg white bread is like that. It's all protein. It's not mine. It's I have
I always
learned so
call it
much.
yours because you're
I
who I
have
learned
learned
it
so
from.
much. I know. I have learned so much watching Neely with all her bread
Oh,
experimentation, and Wendy and Karen and Therese. And they have other recipes out too. Karen and Therese on their channel. They have some good stuff on there. And they're great people. They really are. So you followed his ingredients exactly. It looked like you did it a little different. I I just wrote it differently, Lisa. Victor puts the ingredients on, get my hand up here, on the egg life wrap. He puts it on another one and then he puts them together this way. I put them together this way and rolled them so I didn't have twice the the spread on one side. So I didn't put I did it I put the spread on both pieces. But he put it together like a sandwich and then rolled them. I put it one on top of the other and rolled it so that this part of the ingredients wasn't touching this part. It was backside. That's the only thing different I did. And I used cinnamon egg life wraps because Brian decided he wanted to buy them a while back and they were just sitting there because I'm not a big cinnamon fan. So I made them for him. He pops one in his mouth every couple of days. Karen, I'll give them to you, the commission. Said you would need to make James and I a loaf of bread. Our oven is not working well at all, so I can't make it. Oh my word. I have 3 partial loaves in my refrigerator right now. I as JW. I'm thankful for all these great recipes as well. Yes, many, many is an understatement. She lost count of how many tries it took. It's we talk to them all the time. And I'm like, all right, when's it coming out? When's it coming out? When's it coming? She's working on another one now. They are. So they help me make my first loaf of egg white bread. Yes, when you came to my house. Smiley face. We have to buy a gas stove and put it in for us. Alrighty.
I don't remember
I
which video it was in, but I made one of the keto pizzas, and I don't know if it was the chicken crust or which one, but
mhm.
I mean, I just left it in there in the video, but I went to take it and it was stuck to the paper. I'm like, well, it's a little bit stuck. We ate it.
Yep,
It tasted all right.
it happens. I'll
Yeah.
tell you, I've made pizzas with um the chicken crust. I've made the pizza with just meats, with ground beef.
Yeah.
I've made it with fathead dough, which that's too much work. That's just
Yeah, yeah, I don't want
it's
the work.
good, but it's too much work. And I've made it with pizza with egg white bread recipe. Not the whole recipe, but just a portion of it, adding in Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, just none of the fats, and then spread it out on parchment paper and par bake it at 350 for
Hmm,
like 10 minutes. Pull it out, top it, put it back in the oven to
sounds
until the
good.
cheese melts. Because I always put my cheese on top of my toppings. I don't know where it came from to put the toppings on top of the cheese. I've never done that, but it's so good. And but Karen, it was worth it to me. The rye is amazing. Yes, Debbie and I have both made this several loaves of this rye bread. Now it's just so good, so good. But the one that came out today is good. It is. I think the rye is my favorite of the two. Yeah, I
I
always did
think
like rye bread.
this is funny, and this goes back to my not being a great cook thing. I think I was a teenager or maybe a young adult, and I went to make cookies one time, and I accidentally used rye flour, and it tasted terrible. And I can't. That's what I think of when I think of rye bread, was the horrible flavor of those cookies. It was
Wow, that
awful.
now I've heard of people using sugar instead of flour, or
Yeah.
vice versa. That and I've heard people use salt instead of sugar. That would be really bad.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
But the rye flour is very different from regular flour. I bet those tasted really good.
Oh, they were horrible.
Oh, here
The
you
only
go,
cookie I wouldn't
Karen.
eat.
Here you go, Karen. Another one to try. Pumpernickel bread. This is for James Ortega. If you're buying a new gas stove, be sure not to get one with an electrical panel on the front because you could burn out your electrical panel when you crack your door. Ooh.
Ooh.
Sounds like somebody had experience with that, Karen. Whoa. I like my electric stove. Then even tried making a pizza with the cottage cheese flatbread. I have not. I don't think I like a pizza that the crust is going to hold up so I can pick it up without folding it over or having two hands to hold on a slice of pizza. I have not tried that. I do like the cottage cheese flatbread, but I have not
I
tried it
tried
for
it on the
pizza crust.
flatbread, and it just, yeah, it was too soggy. It wasn't like a pizza. Guess you could have a
I'll,
pizza roll up on it, but
I'll tell you, I like the upside down pizza with egg life wraps.
yeah, I do too.
That is the one you just put out, Sherry. That
Yeah,
looks so good because
it's
you
just
put that
easy.
extra layer
That's
of
my
cheese
cooking.
and another egg
Yeah.
life wrap. That
And
looked
I said,
good.
it obviously tastes better when you use the low carb tortilla, but you're getting all the ingredients that aren't good in the low
Mhm.
carb tortilla. But I'll still do that occasionally. But so I made Jim the tortilla one and made myself the egg life wrap one, and it was good.
Karen, you have what? Done the cottage cheese flatbread as a pizza? I'm lost now. Anyway, Lisa says upside down pizza. Yeah, in a skillet, if you put pepperoni down, mozzarella cheese, and an egg life wrap or a low carb tortilla, and cook that. And what I've done is just cook that and flipped it over. Sherry, on a video she put out today, puts more cheese on top of that egg life wrap and then another egg life wrap on top of that. You can't have too much
It's
cheese.
like a
That's just
quesadilla.
that sounded
Well,
so good. And then you
yeah,
flip it, right? Then you flip the whole thing
yeah,
over.
yeah.
Yes, it's
James
so
from
good.
just the
Ready,
regular
set,
upside
keto.
down pizza, Ready Set Keto is where I first saw it when he did that short. And so I
Yep.
thought, well, I'm going to try that because that looks easy.
It's so good too.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no
Pizza's
sauce
my thing.
involved either, Debbie. There's no sauce involved. My sister, she tried to make it adding sauce to it and it didn't turn out good. I said, because it make it too wet.
Yeah.
Sounds so good. Now I have to try that. Lisa, it's so good and it's so easy. The hardest part for us was tracking down egg life wraps. I couldn't, I'm telling you, I couldn't find them at Kroger, couldn't find them at Walmart, couldn't find them at Aldi's for like 2 weeks straight. Kept going. We finally went down to Myers and I bought like 6 packs of them. And they were $5.59 a pack. It was expensive. I'm like, this is BS. I need to make my own.
You probably could.
Neely has a recipe out there. It's easy. It's egg whites and gelatin, I think. That's pretty much it. Karen, I've still not got all the ingredients to make your and Teresa's rye bread. I think I'm going to order the ingredients on Amazon that I don't have. How is the texture versus the egg white bread? If you're asking Karen, she be feel free to answer, but I'm gonna tell you, Debbie, it is so good. It's so good. It's like the texture is. I wouldn't say it's about the same with the added caraway seeds in it. It's the flavor that is just. Whew. If you like rye bread, it's worth making. Definitely. So, Jim, if you still have it on in the other room,
He does. I can hear it.
tell her to make it because it's good.
I'll probably have to order from Amazon too, Debbie.
I forgot to add caraway seeds last time I made the rye bread. It still came out amazing. Really, I'm gonna tell you, I just ordered. Now you get these little things of caraway seeds at the grocery stores when you can find them. Okay, and the recipe calls for ground caraway, which you have to grind up yourself, and whole ones. So I had my husband. We bought 2 coffee grinders a while back because I don't like coffee. And if I wanted to grind up some spices, I wanted to have one that wasn't going to have coffee flavoring in it. So I had him grind up like a half a jar that I had, and then I opened the full one for the whole ones. Well, those are gone. Those are about gone. I ordered 2 1-pound containers of caraway seeds from Amazon. That's how much I like this bread.
Hmm.
Debbie said the rye toast way better too. I don't know if you've tried toasting the white bread. It
Uh-huh.
gets kind of choky, and
Yeah.
ugh, the rye bread holds up. Ooh, really good. It's amazing. I'm sure it's really good. I've not had rye bread in ages. It is awesome. Amazon is my go-to. Yes, I had a grilled cheese on rye tonight while watching this. How was it, Debbie? I wonder if I just put some caraway seeds in my poffle buns, if that would help. It would give you the flavor, the caraway flavor for sure. Because I had put some caraway seeds in my bread recipe with the sour cream, and it was good. I could taste that flavor. So it would do the same in your buns, but it's the way they do this. It's just incredible. And
You
the flavor is just way better, way better.
you remember when I first made your bread recipe, your sour
I
cream
do.
or sourdough bread, and then I left out the sour cream? It was still okay, but I'm like, well,
It was just bread.
that's me. Yeah.
We made pizza on a cottage cheese bread, baked it halfway, flipped it over on the pan, baked it a bit more, than topped it off. We could pick it up. It was good, even non-keto people. All right. See, there you go. Stacy is the woman to
Hmm.
ask. This woman can cook. I bought a big container of caraway seeds from Amazon, ground them up in an old coffee grinder. I use it all the time when I make Hungarian goulash. Ooh. Debbie said her grilled cheese was fantastic. All right. Well, Sherry, we've been here about an hour and a half, almost, and it's been a lot of fun. If I could
Yeah, it
talk,
has.
I'd be good. It's been a lot of fun, and I can't thank you enough for
Well,
stepping in
thank
at
you
the
for
last
having
minute.
me. It's good to chat with everybody.
The rye and the new brown bread isn't choky at all, and I can attest to that because I've now had both. Stacy is an amazing cook. Yep. Okay. I want to thank everyone in the chat for joining us. And like Sada says, every Friday she's with us. You could be doing anything with your Friday nights, and choosing to spend that time with us just it makes my night. Thank you so much. And again, Sherry, I can't thank you enough. We have
You're welcome.
rescheduled Wendy and Harry for October. Hopefully, everything will be cool with them then. It's nice to know Kara's wondering the difference in texture between the rye and the egg white bread. Yes. So, anyhow, everyone have a good night. You want to hang on a little bit, Sherry? And,
Sure.
but everyone have a good night, and we will
Good
see you
night.
next week.